responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We ready! We ready! We ready! We ready! Let's go to the house! Let's go to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready? Let's go to the house. Let's go to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up the chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from him. He's a man. He can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's who I am. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready? Let's go to the house. Let's go to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
Now, this game is getting started a little late, but it is definitely going right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It's Freestyle Friday, and it is also J15. That is the day that the ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated were founded a lot of years ago. Congratulations, ladies. That's near and dear to my heart because my mother, may she rest in power, was the woman that introduced me to Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated because she was a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated at the University of Cincinnati. So a lot of love for the ladies of AKA Ergo, why our scroller, our ticker, and my name is in pink. I couldn't put green in there, so you know what it is. You know what it is. And again, happy belated Founders Day to the ladies of Delta Sigma Theta. Happy belated Founders Day to the men of Phi Beta Sigma. Did I miss anybody? Oh yeah, happy belated Founders Day to the brothers of KA Psi, Phi Nu Pi, Frat So Nice, they had to name us. There it is. Hey, I always want to call you evangelist, prophetess, but LaTarja Dean, how you doing? Big shout out to you, your mom. Tell your mother I said hey, and your amazing daughter. We were going to do the fundraising event with speed dating, but unfortunately, it got canceled or postponed. I'm going to get with her and try and give her some suggestions on how I think we can move forward, given our current environment and situation. But I think it was a great event. I was looking forward to being a part of that as one of the co-hosts, along with my friend Terrell Rollins. We were gonna be fly, and I was gonna be a complete nut. One thing I know about is dating. I don't know how to stay married, but I know how to date. All right, so yeah, just stay tuned. We're gonna try and find a way to revive that event. It was for a wonderful cause. Young Sir Catherine had come up with an idea of doing a speed dating event to raise money for families out there that didn't get stimulus, didn't have access to unemployment insurance, whatever, so that they could pay some bills. And I thought it was a great idea, but I'm going to get on my men. We had a bunch of ladies who wanted to be in it, and we had about 4 men. We had about 4 men. So, man, we got to get it together. We got to get it together. Desiree, I'm just telling the truth, man. I'm just telling the truth. I've been married 59 times. And wife number 57 is trying to get more money. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it, and so be it. So, but anyway, it's Freestyle Friday. So, I am unhindered. I am unchained. I got a little coffee. Well, not coffee. I got a little chai tea latte with a hit of espresso and a little shot of vanilla in it. So, I'm trying to help a friend of mine. They've got a little contest going on. I'm trying to help her. So that's why I'm supporting that business. So anyway, the Rockets, the new look Rockets. LaTarja Dean said we got to get the men in, not 57. No, wife number 57. I've been married 59 times. 59 times. Yeah. But somebody said, well, why do you say that? That's just not a good look. Well, listen, I know how many times I've been married. What's funny to me is the people that don't know are the ones out there telling everybody they do know, and they're dead wrong. And folks like to listen to people who don't know rather than get up the nerve to come and ask me directly, because it is not the number that folks are running around with out there. It's just not. So what do? I just make it unbelievable. 59 times, and wife number 57 trying to get an increase. There it is. I'm about to declare myself emotionally unavailable for relationships. I'm about to declare myself emotionally unavailable for relationships. Why you say that, AJ? Because people want it all in the beginning. They want everything. So I'm a busy man. I do sports. I pastor a church. I am a girl dad. I'm a boy dad. I got grandchildren. And pandemic, I love to travel. I love to go to sporting events. I have to go to sporting events. It's my job. And there are people who come into your life when you're getting to know them, and they want you to drop all of that and focus all your attention on them. And they hit you with this line, well, people make time for what they want to do. No, I don't know who told y'all that. I don't know where y'all got that as an absolute truth. People make time for what they need to do to take care of their responsibilities, their bills, their livelihood, their children, their grandchildren, and the things that they are responsible for. And just because you've come into my life as an interest doesn't mean that I'm just going to chunk all of that out of the way and focus all my attention on you. Talking about, hey, what you doing? How you are? Every time you call, I got to drop. Hey, yeah, the Rockets are about to win. Hold on, I got to take another call. It's unrealistic. It's unrealistic. I don't know yet if you've earned that kind of attention from me. I don't know yet if I even want to rearrange my, not schedule, life. I mean, let's just be real. Some of these relationship expectations from day one are destined to fail. Oh, well, you ain't calling me. Oh, you ain't spending time with me. Honey, woman, person, queen, superstar, whatever you want to be known as. You said you wanted a man who had stuff going on. I'm him, but I'm not going to stop what I have going on because I met you. So let's see where we go from here. I got non-traditional time. The time that folks normally want to date, Friday, 7:30. I'm usually in a facility watching a game, covering a sport, or at my child's game, or doing, responsible dad things. So just because I'm not available Friday at 7:30 or Saturday at 8 doesn't mean I'm what somebody tell me? I was aloof. You're aloof. You must be married. You must have somebody on the side. Yeah, it's called children. It's called a life. It's called this is what I do. I don't punch a clock from 9 to 5. So if you want to see me, you might have to catch me on a Saturday morning at 9, or a Tuesday evening at 9:30. Since we make time for what we want to do. It's always one-sided. I don't get it. So I'm about to be emotionally unavailable for relationship. I'm just gonna tell you right off the bat, I look good, but I'm not good for you. I look real good, but I'm not good for you. You're gonna get frustrated with me. You're gonna get frustrated with me. You're gonna want me to be available, and I won't be. So, I think today on J15, the day of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, if you're not an AKA without without a healthy understanding of grown business people have more important things to do than to be posting on social media, I'm in a relationship with somebody I just met. I'm not that dude. I'm not your guy. I promise you, I'm not him. I'm not him. Latarsha said, talk, Dre. What foolishness. People are something else. I'm telling you, I got like a whole grown life. I promise you, I am not looking. I ain't wanting to look. I ain't trying to look. Man, I'm trying to keep them girls happy and satisfied. And listen, I'm trying to love on them so much that they ain't going to fall for some joker that's going to come around and trip them up over a drive-thru. Come on, girl, I'll take you to Burger King. You special. Nah. Nah. My dad took me to True Luck, said I can order whatever I want. I don't need that. We had lunch in the French Riviera. Please. Why don't you come hang out with me and my dad? You might learn something. Desiree said, a healthy understanding. That's it. Man, but there are folks that make demands, and I don't even understand who they are yet. But I know my worth. Okay, well, do me a favor. Take your worth. Listen, I've done this 59 times. Trust me, I know a little something. I know a little something. All right, the Rockets came on last night. Y'all stay out of my dating life. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. All right, the Rockets stepped up last night. Shorthanded, didn't have Eric Gordon, didn't have John Wall. And, oh, yeah, by the way, their superstar player got traded away. None of the players that they got back in the trade were available last night. Al High, big interview the other day, bro. Loved it. Loved your show. Yep. And what did the Rockets do? They went out and beat the Spurs on the road. On the road. In their own house. And listen, and had to come back from behind to do it. They were down by 9 at one point. Ended up winning 109 to 105 and had a lot of unsung heroes. First of all, Christian Wood is the real deal. I'm liking Christian Wood. I'm liking him. I'm liking his attitude. I'm liking his approach to the business. I'm liking that he's like, hey, this is my time. I'm going to make the best out of it. Had 27 points, 15 rebounds in the win. But there were other guys that really stepped up. Sterling Brown, 23, in place of James Harden. In place of Harden, had 23. Oh, but Harden would have had 35. Not lately. Not lately. Harden was good for about maybe 2 dozen lately. And Mason Jones, where he come from? Mason Jones was hungry and decided last night it was time to eat. Jashawn Tate, I'm not saying they're going to win no championship. Stop. I'm not going off the deep end, and I am not about to say this dumb line. Who needs James Harden? I'm not saying that. I am not saying that at all. What I'm saying is great job by the Rockets. Great win. Great win. I'm really happy for Steven Silas because that shows the guy can coach. That shows he can coach. Y'all gonna be mad at me for saying this. That shows me he's not a Brad Stevens. Brad had to have all the superstars in the world and then found out he had too many superstars. I like guys who can coach with what they got. Steven Silas did that last night. I'm not saying they're gonna win 10 in a row. They might get beat tomorrow at 4 o'clock by the same Spurs. Hey, Keldon Johnson, who is that? Who was that, Keith? Who was that? Keldon Johnson. Who's that brother? Dropped 29, season high. Is he a rookie? I think he's a rookie. Tough night for DeMar DeRozan. Tough night for LaMarcus Aldridge. But hey, the Rockets took advantage of it and they balled out. And I'm going to read to you the comments that James Harden made after the trade. And I, for one, am not going to be booing James Harden when he comes back. I'm going to be grateful for the 65-win season. I'm going to be grateful for the, run to the Western Conference Finals. I'm going to be grateful for, the almost beaten the Golden State Warriors. The ones that needed Andre Iguodala. I'm going to be grateful for the memories. But I will say this. Going back to my earlier comments, hey, just because you break up with me don't mean I'm going to lay down and die. Just because you break up with me don't mean my life is going to go to pot. I'm going to look all busted and like I just got broken up with. These Rockets showed last night they're not going to lay down and die because you don't want to play with us no more. Cool. More ball for everybody else. Great job, Rockets. Great win. All right, let me take a break. We'll be right back with more. If you want to get in, 281-453-1000. 281-453-1000. I got completely clear phone lines on the lunch break.
You're listening to 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
Hi, my name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they're able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
Hello, my name is Margaret, and I'm not a paid actor. I'm simply a very satisfied customer that has received good advice from the care team insurance. Without the help from the care team, we would not have had health insurance. The care team has saved my daughter's life.
This is one of the many great results of Care Team's efforts. Don't get caught with bad or no insurance at all. Let Care Team assist you with our free enrollment assistance program. Call now, 281-990-1377. There are over 13 million people without medical insurance that should qualify for plans starting at $0 to $50 per month. Care Team has helped thousands of people just like you. This is AJ Jones, and KYOK listeners, I want you to call now and see what you qualify for at 281-990-1377. That's 281-990-1377, or visit careteamcares.com. All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I got a bunch of text messages about my intro rant. I'm not gonna say names of these young ladies. I don't know. Their numbers aren't saved in my phone, so they're obviously people that are listening. AJ, how can you expect to develop a new relationship if you don't make time for it? It's not that I won't make time for it. I'm just not going to, rearrange my whole life for it. I mean, you just meet somebody for the very first time. You don't even know if their name is really their name. You just know what somebody told you, if they introduce you to them, or if you met them yourself in the grocery store or at church. You just know what they told you. You don't know anything about this person, and you're just going to rearrange your whole life to see if you want to get to know this person further. That doesn't make sense to me. I'm a little too nerdy and geeky and logical for that. It's called I've got this window of opportunity right here. Before it, I'm busy. Afterwards, I'm not available. So if you don't have this time right here, we'll just have to find another time. And to me, it's just respect. I mean, you gotta, if that tells me that's not the person for me. If they don't understand, that kind of, hey, baby boy, I was living before you and I got to live after you. So here's the window of opportunity. If you don't have that time, we'll find another time if we're that interested to make it work. But right now, I'm not rearranging mandatory meetings and time with my kids and time with my church and other things because I think I might want to. That just doesn't make sense. I mean, you want to spend time with me to determine if you want to spend time with me. My children need me. Like they always want to spend time with me. And guess what I'm going to do? Guess which one you might want to. My kids definitely want to. Guess which one I'm going to choose every time. Every time. I'm just saying, man, y'all date how you want to date. Just don't try to pull me into it because I'm not. And you're not going to change me. Somebody else said, oh, AJ, if you dated me, you'll come along. I promise you I won't. I promise you I won't. I am not a lab rat. You can't inject me with your brand of how you should date and think that I'm going to all of a sudden come over to it. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. I respect your time. You should respect mine. I mean, seriously, stop praying for men who have stuff going on if you're not going to accept a man who has stuff going on. Just stop. Like you're wasting your time in prayers and that whole, but I know my value. I know I know what I deserve. Sounds kind of selfish to me if you ask me. You can know your value, know what you're worth, and know what you deserve and still be respectful of other people's lives, values, worth, and what they deserve. See how that works? All right. So anyway, let me get back. James Harden released a statement about after the trade how he felt, and it was on Instagram. And he says, and I quote, "What can I write? What words can convey all the ways I feel? Houston, you welcomed me with no guarantees. You took a leap of faith, and it changed my life and the lives of my family forever. This organization, this city has given me everything I could ask for and more. Before the scoring titles, long before MVP, you believed. For that, I am forever indebted. The city opened its arms and welcomed me and my family as one of its own, and for that, I am forever indebted. I gave my mind, body, and soul in hopes of bringing the glory to the city. I fell short, and for that, I am forever indebted. It's far from a goodbye as I pay all my debts. TMC H-Town." Not a bad statement. I don't know if he wrote it or not. I don't care. Not a bad statement. I said it yesterday. When James Harden came to Houston, he was a very talented six man. James Harden's stardom was made right here in Houston. I didn't say Houston made him. I said his stardom was made from his efforts, from his hard work, from his skills, from his ability, and from the organization, the fans, the advertisers, you name it. All of that worked together to help make James Harden the basketball, power that he is. James Harden is literally his own brand. The beard is its own brand. So I'm glad that he made that statement. I wouldn't have been upset if he hadn't, because him not making the statement doesn't make me angry and make me want to go after him. I choose who I go after. I'm not compelled to go after them by their actions. Oh, you did that, so I got to go after you. No. I'm choosing to go after you. In fact, I'm about to go after somebody in a minute. I got somebody teed up for today, baby. But those are choices on me. I'm never going to stand before the seat of judgment and say, he made me do that. Not going to do that. I'll say, yeah, that was me. I did that. I went after him. So good for James. And I really hope that that's enough. I hope that's enough for people to let him go and to look forward to the future here in Houston. You know, Ralph Sampson didn't play forever. You know, all the great Rockets didn't play forever. Hakeem Olajuwon, you know, Clyde Drexler, Yao Ming, Tracy McGrady, Mad Max. Those guys didn't play forever. I know there's others that I should name, but I'm just saying, you name them, they weren't going to be able to play forever. Whether they got traded, whether they left, whether they retired, they weren't going to play forever. You don't have to hate them. You don't have to not like them because they're gone. It happens. You know, you remember the memories and you look forward to what's next. I don't know who the next star or superstar is for the Rockets. But I know this. A lot of people out there playing basketball. Some are better than others. Some that you don't even know right now are amazing basketball players who just need a chance to be great. Christian Wood is looking like one of them. You know, who knows? John Wall might just literally turn back the hands of time. Boogie Cousins might turn back the hands of time. Jashawn Tate might be, you know, the next, who knows? Mason Jones. Just because you don't know them today doesn't mean that they're trash. Now, I had people raving to me about Kenyon Martin Jr. It's like, man, this guy can ball, bro. Like, you're gonna be amazed by him. He can ball. He can do everything his dad could do and then some. And he might not even make the team. He might not even stay on the full roster. Things are not always going to stay the same. You're not always going to get your way. You're not always going to get what you want. But it doesn't mean you got to be miserable. And the Rockets are going to be fine. Whether they win 70 games, whether they win, 29, they're going to be fine. They're going to be fine. Last night showed a lot of heart. I think last night was more of an emotional win. I wouldn't be surprised if they lost on Saturday. I'm not predicting it. But last night was emotional. I can only imagine that Coach Silas got them together and say, guys, this is us against the world. Everybody's expecting us to lay down and die because James ain't with us no more. What are we going to do? Y'all decide. If I was the head coach, I would have said that and walked out the room. When y'all know what you're going to do, come on out. Let's go. I'll be outside waiting on you. They came out. They handled adversity. They got down almost by double digits, and they fought back and pulled off a win. Without James Harden, without John Wall, without Eric Gordon, without Daniel House, they balled. I'm happy for them. I'm proud of them. I am proud of them. Good win for the Rockets. They did it with 9 players last night? The starters were PJ Tucker, Jashawn Tate, Christian Woods, Sterling Brown, and Ben McLemore. Kenyon Martin Jr. added 6 off the bench. DeMarcus had 9. Mason Jones had 9. David Nwaba had 9. It was enough. I don't know about you, but man, hey, listen, I'm going to live on purpose. I'm going to live regardless of who decides they want to live with me, hang with me, be with me, or not. And that's what the Rockets did last night. So there you go. There you go. All right, let me get Sybil Wilkes on with her COVID-19 update, and we'll come back and we'll put this first hour on the books, get the second hour under the way on the legendary KYOK. Hey, I've been trying to read this. Are you a CDL driver? Are you a CDL licensed driver? If so, we are looking for you. You must have a good driving record. You must also have a TWIC card. If you're interested in driving for a reputable company, call this number, 832-476-3211. That's 832-476-3211. If you are a licensed CDL driver with a good driving record and you have a TWIC card, there's an opportunity for you with a very reputable company. Be right back with more right after this on the lunch break.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know today. Donald Trump has been impeached by the House of Representatives for the second time in his presidency. The next step is a trial in the Senate, but Majority Leader Mitch McConnell announced he will not call an emergency Senate session before their scheduled return January 19th. As the U.S. hit another one-day high Tuesday of coronavirus deaths, Ohio researchers announced that they've discovered 2 new variants of the coronavirus that likely originated in the U.S. The U.S. strains appear to make COVID-19 more contagious, but do not seem like they will diminish the effectiveness of the vaccines. The inauguration of President-elect Joe Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris is 1 week from today. Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser and the governors of Maryland and Virginia joined together in asking Americans to stay home, stay away from the nation's capital, and participate in the presidential inauguration virtually. Please visit SybilWilkes.com to subscribe to my free daily newsletter. Be informed, be empowered.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Freestyle Friday. You can stream us live 24/7 at kyokradio.org. That's kyokradio.org. So, again, Rockets pulled it off last night, 109-105. Emotional win, quality win, 4th win of the season. They're 4-6. They're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. They're going to play 72 games. That's right. I had my numbers wrong. They're going to play 72 games this year. So, they still got plenty of games left to play. Got time to get the new people acclimated. I think they're still trying to finalize the trade with Karis LeVert up to the Pacers and get back Victor Oladipo. And then let's go. Let's see what's up. Let's get John Wall healthy again. Let's get Eric Gordon healthy again. Let's keep Boogie DeMarcus Cousins healthy again. And let's go. Let's play them. Got to play them. Got to play them. So, are they going to beat the Lakers? Probably not, but it's not important. Just play the ones we got. You never know. Nobody had Miami doing what Miami did last year but Miami. Nobody had that. Everybody was like Milwaukee or Toronto or Philly. Nobody had Miami. And what did Miami do? They just played them. Jimmy Butler hit the bubble with a whole new attitude. Jimmy Butler was like, yo, it's a business meeting. Family can stay home. I'll see y'all when I get out. And all he did was run through a whole lot of people they weren't supposed to be. Could it happen for the Rockets? Yes. The Rockets made the Western Conference Finals one year, and Jason the Jet Terry was their starting point guard. I mean, it can happen. That year, they literally were down on the ropes, 3-1, and down by 20 against the Clippers, and they fought all the way back, won that game, and won the series, and advanced to the Western Conference Final. It can happen, y'all. You just got to play them out. I think they got a good young head coach. I think they got a great young nucleus. And say what you want to say about Harden. Say what you want to say about Westbrook. It is now John Wall and Boogie Cousins' team. All right, y'all. Be right back right after this.
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the hosts, guests, and callers, who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
Walk out on that field today. Ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We made it! We made it! We made it! We made it! Let's go to the house! Let's go to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We made it. Let's go to the house. Let's go to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, how we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up with chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from that. He's a man. They can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. I'm glad when you step on the field, man. That's the whole idea. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We made it. Let's go to the house. Let's go to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Freestyle Friday, and I'm getting blown up. AJ, what are you looking for? Maybe you're being too picky, or maybe you're being inflexible. What am I looking for? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm not looking for anything. I'm living for everything. I'm not looking. I'm not running around looking like, oh God, are you the next? Oh God, are you her? Oh God, are you the one? I don't meet people and instantly start thinking relationally. Not like that. I don't think there's an accident or coincidence in meeting people. So I always want to have that meeting and relationship be exactly what it was intended to be, not try to make it into something that was never meant to be and then suffer the consequences of that. So I'm not looking for anything. I'm living for everything. That's number one. Number two, good gosh, being single is not a disease. It's not like, oh, you got to have some, it's not good for man to be alone. Paul was alone. But what was the deal with that? Was it contradictory? No, it's not for everybody. Not for everybody. I'm looking to make my girls and my sons and my grandchildren as happy as they can possibly be. I'm looking to leave a legacy for them. I'm looking for them to know that they had a great dad who, just lived his life loving them. That's what I'm looking for. Am I inflexible? Yeah. Nothing is going to come in the way of that. Simple. Pretty simple. Let me add one more thing to that. Peace. Good gosh. If you're insecure, if you're an interrogator, if you just, think everything is suspect because it doesn't go the way you think it should go, I am not for you. I am not like our friendship is questionable. Our friendship is questionable if that's how you are. Like I give people the benefit of the doubt. I don't have time to be chasing on behind you and checking up all on you. I don't need your passcode to your phone, and I don't need to know who you're talking to every 5 minutes. You don't have to get up and take a call for me while I'm in the room. I'll get up so you can finish your call because I'm not insecure like that. And if you are, that doesn't melt with my personality. So there you go. Hope that helps. But don't be trying to fix me up and don't be trying to come for me. I'm good. I'm good. I used to have oh, she's got to be tall, she's got to be this, she's got to be that. And that almost killed me, literally. literally almost killed me. So I don't have none of that now. None of that. Yeah, I'm too old to run from them, and I'm definitely too old to chase them. So I just like peace, man. Like if you're drama filled and like to have a lot going on, I got a drama phobia. I'm allergic to drama. I am allergic to drama. I don't like a lot of stress in my life. I don't like people who keep a lot of stress up. I don't know, man. I'm slowing down. I think I'm old and crotchety. I ain't trying to be no sugar daddy either. I'm trying to take care of my kids, not you. All right. Y'all asked. It's Freestyle Friday. I'm giving it to you. X gonna give it to you. Yep. All right. So I got to give it to somebody. I got to go ahead and get him. So let me get him now while I got time to get him. Deshaun Watson is still in whatever with the Houston Texans. Deshaun Watson has not spoken to the Houston Texans owner, new general manager, vice president of being a snake and a backstabber. I mean, vice president of whatever he's the vice president of, Jack Easterby. He hadn't spoken to any of them. They don't have a head coach, so it's not like he hadn't spoken to the head coach. He hadn't spoken to Romeo Crennel, to my knowledge. But what's interesting is I bet he's spoken to the close players that he has on the team. These guys talk. They talk. So notice how the players are like, oh, yeah, if Andre don't, if Deshaun don't do this, if Deshaun, they ain't doing that. And you saw Andre Johnson, who never speaks up, come out and say what he had to say. But then there's a whole different group of people out there that I just can't stand. And here's one of them right here. Here's what former Super Bowl winning head coach Dick Vermeil had to say when asked about players like Deshaun Watson and what they should do with them when they have contract disputes and stuff like what's going on. This is courtesy of TMZ Sports.
What do they do there in Houston with Deshaun?
Well, I think they changed his diapers, okay? His contract, nowhere in his contract does it say that he's involved in making the decisions who coaches or leads the organization. And I think when players get outside the role of what they really are, he's a great NFL football player and always has been a great kid. But I think he just shuts his mouth and becomes a better football player and lead the football team and let the leaders of the organization lead him.
Does it bother you that we see this more in the NBA where they have a lot of say in where they go? And we don't see it as much in the NFL. So it seems like that does bother you to hear somebody when he's under contract trying to dictate where he's going to play.
Well, to me, he's going to only play one place. Now, I don't have any more knowledge about Houston. I used to have a little bit more because I knew the head coach. But I just don't see him playing any place else. And I see him calming down, maturing a little bit, and go be a good football player and earn the money they're paying him.
I really want to play that again. God, I really want to play that again. I really want to play that again. I wonder if there's a way I can play that again. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I can. Hang on real quick, because it's just the first part that I want to get in there again. Wait a minute, hold on.
And if he's not happy, do you move him? Do you try to fix that? What do they do there? What do they do in Houston? Because there's not many Deshaun Watsons out there. And if he's not happy, do you move him? Do you try to fix that? What do they do there in Houston with Deshaun?
Well, I think they changed his diapers, okay? His contract, nowhere in his contract does it say that he's involved in making the decisions who coaches or who leads the organization. And I think when players get outside the role of what they really are, He's a great NFL football player and always has been a great kid. But I think he just shuts his mouth and becomes a better football player and lead the football team and let the leaders of the organization lead him.
Okay. All right. I got to stop there. That's where I got to stop. Ahem. Dick Vermeil. Let me pull up his resume. Dick Vermeil. I probably should go to a break. Dick Vermeil, real quick, is 84 years old. Was born back in 1936. I really could leave it there. So when Dick Vermeil was 20 years old, it was 1956. When he was 30 years old, it was 1966. You see my point? Dick Vermeil has lived through certain segments of our nation's history where comments like that were, I don't want to say okay, but a lot more acceptable. What I don't like is that he thinks that they're okay now. And I've said it before, I'll say it again, and you don't have to like it because at this stage, I don't care. This is why you cannot have one predominant voice behind these microphones, in front of TV cameras, at what we call the sports desk, instead of questioning him about his comments. This reporter just, it wasn't funny. I'd love to get Dick Vermeil on this show. And if anybody out there knows him, please reach out to him and tell him I want to get him on the lunch break, because I got some questions about why he seems to be so fascinated with black men and professional athletes and the word diapers. He did it with Larry Johnson when he was with the Kansas City Chiefs. And now again, he's doing it with Deshaun Watson. And it's one of two things. Either he's not intelligent enough to use a respectful, productive, creative analogy to describe the situation, or there's something else going on, and we don't want to talk about that on this Christian radio show. It's one of two things. Either he's not smart enough or he's got some issues. Because it's not the first time, but it should not have been said again after the Larry Johnson thing. It was inappropriate then, it's inappropriate now. I got more. I'll be right back right after this on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
Hi, my name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they're able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359. Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, maybe losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject at every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680. I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who've helped people that have been injured or wronged. Have you been diagnosed with cancer? Are you one of the millions who have taken Zantac or other generic versions of this popular drug to help treat stomach issues? Then pay close attention to this message. The FDA said it detected low levels of a probable cancer-causing chemical known as NDMA in Zantac and other generic forms of this popular drug. They've banned sales and even removed it from the market. If you've been diagnosed with cancer and you've taken Zantac or a generic equivalent, call the legal helpline now. You could receive a free cash award and have your medical expenses covered. And there's no upfront cost to you. They only get paid if you win. So please call now. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. That's 800-251-7816.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
The lunch break, where sports are the special of the day on the legendary KYOK.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones. It is our Freestyle Friday, and I am talking about the comments made by former Super Bowl winning head coach Dick Vermeil, 84 years old, about Deshaun Watson. Just unbelievably talking about when simply asked, what should the organization do with him? He had every opportunity to give his point of view respectfully. Instead of doing that, he said they need to change his diapers. And then he went on to say there's nowhere in his contract, that says he gets to be a part of decision-making with coaches and leadership. Well, here's the interesting thing. The owner of the team is on record as having gone to Deshaun and said that they would consult him about general manager and head coach. So while it's not in Deshaun's contract, the owner himself invited Deshaun into that process. Now, he didn't keep the promise or the invitation, but at least he extended it. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Brother AJ, lunch break is Ferdinand.
Hey, Ferdinand, call it the year 2017.
Look, AJ, real simple, sir. Whatever's in you, I don't care what age you are, will come out of you. You got to realize, AJ, a lot of people just doesn't respect us just for who we are. Deshaun Watson, I don't care what kind of contract he received on several months ago or a month ago, still his own man. Deshaun, we know, can call his own shot, but since he signed that big contract, he's very limited. But the contract can still be bought out. So whatever, when it comes to us, AJ, I don't care what nobody else says. We can call our own shots. When we can get out the biggest contract we can get for us, I'm for that. And so just because one of them don't like what we don't want to do with our life, so what? So be it. I mean, come on, that's disrespectful. When does the disrespect stop, AJ?
That's the part I'm trying to understand. Deshaun Watson's 25 years old. In every area of these United States of America, he's a grown man. But 84-year-old, former Super Bowl winning head coach Dick Vermeil seems to feel like it's okay to talk about him in diapers and call him a kid and say that he should shut up, mature a little bit, and work on becoming a better quarterback and lead the team and let the leaders of the team lead him?
Well, that came over my news feed, so I really read it to the T. At the end of the day, we're grown men. If you can't respect me, just don't have nothing to do with me. Don't say anything to me. After what we've seen several days ago at the Capitol, I don't put nothing past none of them. It's just this world is unfit for itself, and when we can't respect one another, destruction comes. And so I just think that, look, everybody is on whoever team can take care of themselves. Deshaun can take care of himself, and undoubtedly, the Beard took care of himself. So therefore, look, we have to move on. When people make decisions, we got to either accept it or not. We're our own men. And I'm hoping with those comments that guy said that Deshaun find somewhere to go besides Houston. I don't care if it's taking AJ from today, 2 or 3, 4 years from now. Get away from Houston. Houston is not the home for him. This is a respectable kid, AJ. They're tearing down. And this is not, the prejudice will never stop. People are going to hate us no matter what we do. AJ, if we never done anything wrong, they're going to still hate us. We done nothing to them. All we want to do, AJ, go to work, provide for our families, go home, and have a good day. We can't do that because we're started fighting for what Martin Luther King has fought for decades ago, and we're still fighting for the same thing.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. An 84-year-old, and I'm not going to paint everybody with a broad brush.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, there's a couple of, Dick Vermeil, Mike Ditka. There's a couple of these old white men that, all they've got ingrained in them is the 60s and the 70s, and their comments speak to it. What he said was disrespectful. The way he said it was disrespectful. And when you got commentators and radio people and television people that don't ask them, why do you feel entitled to speak of Deshaun that way? Why do you feel a right to be able to talk to a grown man that way? You're always going to get this. You're always going to get these kind of comments and statements.
Absolutely, but I'll say this, and I can let you go. Look, Doc, racism will never die. We have love that can conquer all, but we're not willing to want to do so. So when you get comments like that, and comments like, don't let the inmates run the prison, we're talking about seasoned, supposed to be professional, older gentlemen, and you're still looking at us like we're not
property, like we're property.
Yeah, absolutely, AJ. When do we grow up?
Yeah. Appreciate you, Ferdinand. Have a blessed, safe weekend, man. Don't forget to get your picks in Saturday by 2 o'clock. Let me see the standings right now. Ferdinand, you are in third place. Third place. So picks in and use
down, AJ, so they heard me.
Yeah, use that Sunday night game as the tiebreaker. All right.
Absolutely. The Sunday night, the last game, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it, AJ.
All right, y'all. We'll be right back.
I recently purchased 4 new tires from OMG Tires and More, located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen. TK got me in and out in less than 30 minutes. While there, I got my car washed. Do you need rims for your car? OMG has them too. OMG Tires and More is your one-stop shop for all your tire needs. So give them a call at 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen on the north side.
Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, may be losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject and every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Radio stations in one.
I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org. Let's get it. Lunch break. What's up with it?
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. Got a couple of pieces of updated news. I want to thank a couple of my colleagues out there for sending me this. About 40 minutes ago, Deshaun Watson made a comment on the 49ers Instagram fan page showing him in a picture of a, well, let me do it right. Deshaun Watson commented on the 49ers IG fan page showing himself in a Joe Montana jersey. Yeah. He took a picture of himself in a 49ers jersey and commented on their fan page. That was about 40 minutes ago. About 2 hours ago, the Houston Chronicle is reporting that Texans CEO Cal McNair says that Jack Easterby is staying, and he has text with Deshaun Watson. They have exchanged text messages. Jack Easterby, I guess, or maybe him. Let me read the article. I can't because I don't have the subscription to the Chronicle, which is trash. So anyway, I either Cal McNair or Jack Easterby has text with Deshaun Watson, but Jack Easterby is not going anywhere. Okay, let him have it. It's his business. He can pick and hire who he wants to, clearly. And, Deshaun is currently under contract with the team. Warren Moon, former, great quarterback, former Houston Oiler, says that Deshaun Watson is handling the Texans front office situation the right way. So, it all depends on who you want to listen to. Everybody likes to give these old coaches all this credit and respect. Mike Ditka, Dick Vermeil, because they won Super Bowls, and some kind of way that demands that we should respect them in a different way. No, it doesn't. I mean, if they're an alcoholic and they win a Super Bowl, I can appreciate that they won a Super Bowl without respecting the choices that they make off the field. And again, it's almost like one of those double standard things, because there've been other people who have been successful at their respective sports, but are disrespected because of life choices that had nothing to do with the game. Pete Rose is one of the greatest players in baseball ever. He ain't respected. He's won World Series championships. He's won league MVP awards. But he made a bad choice. Did some bad things outside of his playing. Well, AJ was still part of the game. It was outside of his playing. He's not respected. Ty Cobb was a self-professed racist. You think I'm going to respect Ty Cobb because he batted 400 and had all these great accomplishments in baseball? Nah, sorry. Not going to do it. Not going to be able to do it. I don't owe Dick Vermeil or Mike Ditka or anyone like them any respect at all. As a sports fan, I can appreciate their accomplishments, but they don't all of a sudden become gurus. And the point I want to get to is Dick Vermeil feeling the entitlement to talk about Deshaun Watson, to reference him the way that he did, and to call him a kid like he is some kind of, when we played pickup football, we had the universal quarterback. I'm the full-time quarterback. So that person would play quarterback for both teams. He's not the universal dad. He's not a universal father. And there's some people that put these white men in this position of fatherhood and superiority because they are coaching teams that have predominant, young black men on them. He's a coach. Oh, but they're from a single family home. That doesn't mean they need him to be their father. They might have uncles. They might have men in their community. They might have men in their churches. They don't need this, football coach to be their father. They need them to coach. Now, if somebody asks, hey, my son doesn't really have a father figure in his life, do you mind kind of looking out for him? That's different. But that doesn't make you the universal dad for everyone that plays the sport that on a level or two you've excelled in. Dick Vermeil has no right to put himself in a place of superiority to be able to talk about a grown man the way that he did. He didn't have the right to do it with Larry Johnson, and Larry Johnson called his tail out about it. He said, look, I got a dad, and you ain't him. And I respect him, and I look up to him. And you got no right to talk to me as a grown man about diapers and all that. Deshaun may or may not do that. He doesn't have to. I'm doing it because many of my colleagues won't. If y'all haven't figured out that shut up and play stuff is played out, I'm telling you, it's played out. And I'm not speaking violence, and I'm not trying to incite riots and all that kind of stuff. But people are sick and tired of the superiority complex where you think you can tell somebody to just shut up and play. That's not what it is. That's not what it is. And that day has come to an end, and eventually there'll be enough of the right people in place that will stop putting folks like that in front of a microphone and in front of a camera. Dick Vermeil should be ashamed of himself. That announcer, that reporter should be ashamed of himself. Dick Vermeil, come on this show, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to say. Why did you feel entitled enough to talk about a grown young man who, from all reported accounts, has never had any problems, has never had any trouble, and even if he did, why did you feel so entitled to talk to him about him that way? What gave you that right? What in your head made you think that that was okay? Didn't you learn that lesson when Larry Johnson rebuked you for saying similar comments about him? What's going on in your life that you're more focused on diapers and shutting up and just do this and just do? Isn't life bigger than that? I mean, the life lessons that we learned from sports and football, you just minimize to something sordid, dirty, nasty. It's almost like you have a fetish. Can you explain that to us? This isn't the 60s, Mr. Vermeil. This isn't the 70s. Why is your rhetoric seem to be stuck in those eras? Those are the kind of questions he needs to answer. Why do you feel like you're everybody's dad? Like you got to write, and is that how you talk to your own children? And oh yeah, by the way, for somebody who cries as much as you do and have, who are you to tell somebody to stop crying and stop whining and change their diapers? Do we need to do the same with you, sir? Yeah, I can imagine he doesn't want to have that interview. And I can imagine I got colleagues right now that are listening, rolling their eyeballs. Shame on you, Dick Vermeil. Shame on you. All right, so anyway, Jack Easterby is staying. Somebody, either Jack Easterby or Cal McNair, has exchanged text messages with Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson is replying and posting on Instagram, the fan page for the 49ers, showing him in a 49ers Joe Montana jersey. All right, another quick thing. These coaches' spots are filling up. The New York Jets have hired Robert Saleh, the defensive coordinator for the 49ers, as their new head coach. Looks like the Tennessee Titans are going to go with looks like the Atlanta Falcons are going to go with the offensive guy from Tennessee as their new head coach. And it looks like Dan Campbell is going to be named new head coach for the Detroit Lions. Dan Campbell, who was the interim head coach for the Miami Dolphins and went 5-7, is now being entrusted to run a Lions team that could spell playoffs after they got rid of a very good head coach. Brought in Matt Patricia, and all of a sudden they start missing Jim Caldwell. Decided to turn to Dan Campbell as their guy. Okay. You know what I'm noticing? You know what I'm noticing. I'm noticing how very, very few of these teams are going with qualified minority candidates. And that's not just as head coaches. That's at head coach and general managers. That's at head coach and general managers. In fact, one minority head coach and one minority general manager have been hired so far. Looking like Anthony Lynn, former head coach of the Chargers, is going to be the new offensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks. They fired theirs after he did a horrible job in the season and the playoffs. So, once again, looks like Eric Bieniemy is going to be on the outside looking in, unless he ends up in Houston or with the Chargers. Dallas hasn't made a move yet. In fact, it's looking like Dallas is not going to fire Mike McCarthy since they've already fired their defensive coordinator, Mike Nolan. Kellen Moore has turned down jobs to stay in Dallas. I'm sure Jerry Jones gave him some of that Jason Garrett money when Jason Garrett was the offensive coordinator and other teams were starting to call about him. Jason Garrett was either the highest paid assistant or one of. And I wouldn't be surprised if Jerry Jones didn't do the same with Kellen Moore. But not to be overlooked is the Rooney Rule doesn't work. The Rooney Rule doesn't work. The Texans interviewed multiple minority candidates and went with who they wanted the whole time. Do I think that they're going to hire Eric Bieniemy? If they do, it won't be because they want him. It'll be to quiet Deshaun Watson down for a little while and then see how it goes. If it goes well, oh, yeah, great. Look, we knew Eric Bieniemy was going to be the guy. If it doesn't go well, we tried it. Sorry, didn't work. Give us Josh McDaniels. Give us another New England person that we've never heard from before. What kills me is everybody's saying, oh, Eric Bieniemy doesn't call plays in Kansas City. Joe Judge didn't call plays in Kansas City either. I mean, in New England. But he got the head coaching job for the Giants. He's doing pretty good. Mike Vrabel didn't call plays in New England or Houston. Got the job in Tennessee. Doing pretty good. Urban Meyer has never called plays in the NFL. Got the job in Jacksonville, doing pretty good. Dan Campbell, where did he call plays at? He got a losing record as a head coach. Just doesn't seem to be working out. Louis Riddick, overlooked. Alonzo Highsmith, overlooked. Garrett Jones, overlooked. Denver got their man. Detroit got their general manager. All these teams got their general managers. AJ, you got to make everything about race. No, don't. Start doing things right, and I promise you, we want to stop talking about it. It blows my mind how people are sick and tired of hearing about race. Imagine living your life under the cloud of racism. Oh, that's just the victim's mentality. You can't tell somebody who's living one thing that you've never lived in your life that it's a mentality. In fact, please be quiet. Let me give you the Dick Vermeil treatment. Be quiet. Just be a better human being. I've never had muscular dystrophy, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And those folks are not victims for trying to bring awareness to their cause. Yeah, I don't think Rodney DeWalt. What's up, bro? I don't think DW4 is going to be in a Roger Staubach like jersey. They got their man. They just need to pay him and do right by him. But there's a lot of teams out there that would take Deshaun Watson. Miami, for whatever reason, unnamed sources are saying they don't believe in Tua. I know they would use it. I know they would take him. Chicago would take him in a heartbeat. The Jets would take him in a heartbeat. Heck, Atlanta would take him over Matt Ryan in a heartbeat. Bunch of teams. Yeah, here's a team that most folks don't think would take him, but they would. The Rams. Jared Goff, Deshaun Watson, please. Please. Pittsburgh, Ben Roethlisberger is a big question mark. Pittsburgh would take Deshaun Watson right now. Give me his contract. What do I owe? Who do I make this out to? Take a break. Be right back. Segment brought to you by Lily, the tax doctor, and the care team. If you don't have medical insurance and you, like millions of others, need it, here's a group of people who can help you get it today. All right, listen up right here after the tax doctor and Lily on the lunch break.
Hi, my name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they're able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
As the coronavirus is ravaging our community, make sure you have health insurance. Let Care Team Insurance assist you with our free medical enrollment assistance program. Call now and see what you qualify for at 281-990-1377. There are over 13 million people without insurance
that should qualify for plans starting at $0 to only $50 per month. Care Team has helped thousands of people just like you by providing free enrollment assistance. Don't be taken advantage of by people selling bad or fake insurance. Make sure you have health insurance. Let Care Team Insurance assist you. This is AJ Jones, and KYOK listeners, I want you to call now and see what you qualify for. Plans starting at $0 to only $50 per month at 281-990-1377. That's 281-990-1377. Or visit careteamcares.com.
You're listening to
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
The lunch break, where sports are the special of the day on the legendary KYOK.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break, about to wrap things up. Let me give you this again. Are you a CDL licensed driver? If so, we're looking for you. You must have a good driving record, and you must also have a TWIC card. If you're interested in driving for a reputable company, call this number, 832-476-3211, 832-476-3211. You got to have a CDL driver's license, good driving record, and a TWIC card. There's a reputable company looking for you, 832-476-3211. That's 832-476-3211. That's a great opportunity. I don't have a CDL and I don't have a TWIC card, but if I did, I'd be trying to hit that number up, see who these folks are, and when can I start rolling. You got a son or a daughter, niece, nephew, uncle, aunt, mother, father out there that, you know, in between jobs due to layoffs or what have you, they got a CDL, good driving record, and a TWIC card. Give them this number, 832-476-3211. That's 832-476-3211. Anywhere in the country, call that number. Call that number. See what's going on. All right. Arthur Smith is the guy that's about to get the Atlanta job. Is it me? Does Atlanta want to win? I mean, no shade at Arthur Smith, but does Atlanta want to win? Who was the guy they had before Dan Quinn? Mike Smith? What was his name? Atlanta, do they want to win? You talk about wasting somebody's career. Julio Jones has labored under bad coaches, bad offensive coordinators. I will pull Kyle Shanahan out of that. I think he was a good offensive coordinator. I just think he's a victim of his own system. His system is his system, and he expects people to fit it. He doesn't tweak it to fit them. And as a result, after a year, people figure out the new wrinkles that he put in to his system, and a great system goes bad real fast. I mean, look he had that unbelievable year in Atlanta, and then after that, it was like, yeah, bro, we got that figured out. And just happened to come up in the Super Bowl. And then he gets out to San Francisco, great success, got Jimmy Garoppolo, an amazing contract on 5 games. And what happened after that? AJ, they made the Super Bowl. What happened after that? Oh, well, they had injuries and whatever. Man, please. Please. He better hope he can get him a Deshaun Watson, because Jimmy G ain't quite it. But Julio Jones, man, if I'm Julio, I'm responding to other teams' message boards and a bunch of different jerseys. Tampa Bay wouldn't be a bad spot for Deshaun if the Texans had any sense, man. They would just go ahead and just flip this. I mean, Deshaun said it. Once they paint you a picture, don't let them paint you another one. I mean, what can the Texans promise Deshaun right now other than they're going to hire Eric Bieniemy? What can they promise him? Oh, we're gonna build a franchise around you. We're gonna get you some line help. We're gonna get you some wide receiver help. Somebody said Deshaun Watson, this organization has done everything that they've been doing because of him, and he needs to just stop whining and play. He obviously has good talent because of the numbers that he puts up. Wait, what? So Deshaun should be happy for the offensive line that he has around him? You kidding me? It just means Deshaun is more elusive and faster than people think, and he can turn a bad line into okay. Well, he holds the ball too long. He's running for his life. You can't run for your life and always throw accurately at the same time. Just because he doesn't have to run it 100 yards or 59 yards or whatever, him having to move around in the pocket sometimes is because his offensive line is trash. They haven't put an offensive line around him. They drafted people. They traded for people and put an offensive line around him. Look at his running game. I no shade to Duke Johnson, but that David Johnson thing was a joke. They would have been better off paying Carlos Hyde whatever he wanted. Brought back Lamar Miller. Brought in Le'Veon Bell. Traded for Leonard Fournette. And don't get me started on the wide receivers. Where was Randall Cobb at the end of the year? Brandon Cooks was out there. Where was David? Where was Will Fuller? Remember Kiki Kuti, the guy that everybody, Bill O'Brien hated? Thank God he's like, yeah, I know y'all dog me, but I'm ready to go. And then some other dude, I don't even know the dude's name, was Nelson, some dude named Nelson. Where he come from? Kenny Stills, where was he? Stop with this nonsense. If I'm Deshaun, I'm like, man, wait a minute. I need to know what this team is going to be going forward. Deshaun doesn't spend a lot of money, so if he chooses to sit out, yeah, he might lose a little money. He might lose a lot of money. Well, he shouldn't have signed the contract. You know, when Dick Vermeil said at the end of the, he needs to earn the money that they're paying him, he's already earned it, bro. That's why they gave it to him. Y'all kill me with that. Oh, you got to prove that you're worth the money. That's why they give it to you, because you've proven that you're worth it. So the next time one of you folks get a raise, you better make sure you prove that you're worth it. Well, I proved that I was worth it before I got it. But it's different with Deshaun. I know another team that'll take Deshaun Watson in a heartbeat. Who that? Let Deshaun Watson go to the Saints next year and run that organization under a real head coach and Sean Payton, under a real defense with some real wide receivers. See how that works out. See what y'all think of Deshaun then when he's holding up chips with dip. Some teams can't get out of their own ways. Some teams can't get out of their own way. Atlanta, Houston. You know, Jacksonville I might have to wait on for a second, because Jacksonville might have just finally decided to get out of their own way and see what they could do with it. So Jacksonville is to be determined. Detroit can't get out of their own way. Chargers. Justin Hebert was a great success story this year. But the decision to get rid of Anthony Lynn right now, please. They gave Bill O'Brien a raise after a 4-12 season. Gave him a raise. The year after that, they made him the general manager of the whole team. Anthony Lynn gets fired. And he had at least 4 games that they were in it and could have won it. Listen, lunch breakers, especially those participating in the playoff edition of the Keeping Up with the Joneses Pick'em Challenge, don't forget, I got to have your picks by 2 o'clock tomorrow. By 2 p.m. tomorrow, text them email them, aj@kyoksports.com, aj@kyoksports.com, or text me 832-403-5005. That's 832-403-5005. After week number 1 of the playoffs, Chi-Town in first place at 5-1. Milo in second place, virtue of the tiebreaker at 4-2. Ferdinand in third place, virtue of the tiebreaker at 4-2. Keisha Kelly fourth, 4-2. George Griffin, 4-2. And then Big Time Floyd at 3-3. Got to have your picks in by tomorrow, 2 o'clock, and use the Sunday night game, the Saints and Tampa Bay, as your tiebreaker. We'll see who will get one step closer to winning $600 cash. All right, y'all, let me get out of the way. As always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I do love you. Nothing you can do about it except wash your hands, wear your mask, sanitize everything around you, be sensitive to everybody around you, and whatever you do, give people their 6 feet. And when you see that racism, Dick Vermeil, Mike Ditka, kill it, not the person, the racism itself. Don't laugh, don't joke about it. Don't say, oh, that's just okay. They didn't mean anything by it. Kill it. All right, I'm out. Here's Sybil Wilkes right now. After that, Donnie McClurkin on the lunch break.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know today.
All right, y'all, have a good one. I love you much. Blessed and safe weekend.